Alright guys, a lot of you have been asking where are the forging, blacksmithing type videos, and I apologize. I know I built a forge and then I got an anvil and then it just stopped. And I've just been so busy getting knife orders out. I'm starting to get caught up close to the point where it's like a little more manageable and I don't feel like I'm so far behind. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to build a quick little stand for my anvil. My thought is that blacksmithing is like anything else, and the more you do it, the more you develop your own personal preference, the personal way, the styles. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some really great blacksmiths out there that say, I love my metal Anvil stand, and a lot of them will say, I only like wood. And I think the more you do it, the more you just kind of develop your own personal sense for it. I want to get to that point. I'm not there yet. Now, a lot of people suggested getting a hardwood round. I just don't have access to that here. I live on the bald prairies of Alberta. There's not much for hardwood around here. Anything I would get would be trucked in, and I would pay a premium for it. So by far the fastest, the cheapest way for me to do this is just to make something out of wood. Is this my long-term solution? No, absolutely not. But I feel like I need to just start somewhere. So we're gonna grab these 2x8s, we're gonna cut them up, screw them together, and at least get some method to hold this anvil so we can just start somewhere. Just start. Alright, so I think to secure the anvil to the stump there, the little stand, I'm just going to use this chain for now. Just going to kind of cut it and then leg bolt it in just to secure it. And then I've got a length of other chain that I'm just going to wrap around it just to kind of help to silence the vibration. A lot of people said wrap a big chain around it, it'll help take the sound, the ping out of it. So we're going to do that. But for now, we'll just cut this down the size we need. I found these in a dumpster probably 20 years ago, and you see this part had broken, and so I welded it all back up, and these things have been rock solid ever since. So you never know what kind of tools you can find in a dumpster. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is a really cheap and dirty way to make a stand for an anvil. Like, I don't know, all of what, an hour it took? I would say with the 2x4s in there, these 2x8s, all this wood maybe cost me, I don't know, $12, $15. So like I said, just something to get this done. This certainly is my first choice. This probably isn't going to be how I'm going to leave this, but for now it just gets my anvil at a decent working height so I can start using it. Now the next phase in this whole process is that I'm going to make a stand for my forge. I have been setting it on the workbench behind me, but it kind of like, it starts the bench on fire, and that's not a good thing. We've got such dry weather here. There's a campfire ban, so we can't have campfires, and if this keeps up, I would say in another week, propane grills, barbecues, they're all going to be banned because it is so dry right now. Especially in light of that, it'd be nice to have a proper stand, and just that's the final configuration. I want a stand so that it's independent, freestanding, and it's not going to burn any workbenches it's sitting on. So also one way that I could improve this, I was thinking, is that I could take some steel straps. I was thinking like 1 inch by 3/16 or even 1 inch by 1/8, and kind of bend it around here and then kind of bring it together, leave a gap, do it on this side, and have that gap weld 2 plates, and then maybe gusset it so I could put like a 3/8 bolt through there, and that way I could tighten it up and really kind of sock this stuff together. But we'll see how this one holds up. My dad's got a metal banding machine, and I might actually just throw a couple steel bands around here because that's really fast to do. Got some chain on here, makes a huge difference for the dinging sound. I was really impressed with it. I'm actually going to show you a little bit before and after. I'll take the chains off. Even having it bolted down rigidly, like with these chains that are fastening it to the base, really took the ring out of this anvil. But it's actually pretty impressive. And as far as height goes, everything I can tell, they say a good place to start is that when you're standing up, you should have your anvil roughly about the height of your knuckles when they're closed. And this one might be a little bit on the slow side because when I stand straight up, I'm about an inch and a half out. But then again, I do think my boys are going to want to be using this, so I thought if I made it a little bit low, that's kind of okay too. So here you can hear the sound of it. Not too much ringing. A little more at that horn, a little more there. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with the way this turned out. Kind of just lightly dressed the edges. The one thing that you guys left me comments on, I really appreciate. People are saying that if you got those really hard edges from the casting or whatever, you can get chipping off. So hopefully that will be alleviated by rounding this off. I just took the die grinder just ever so lightly to here, so this is still hard 90, but there's no burrs on here, and I think it should work good. And then we just cleaned up the horn a little bit. The quality of this anvil is really shown how poor it is when you look at the horn. It's pretty ugly. It's made very gross. It's whatever, we'll see. You know what, if it holds up and if it lasts long and doesn't deform too bad right away, I'll be happy enough. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'm going to leave you with some footage, the before and after on the ringing sound between having the chains on and not having the chains on. Thanks for watching. Cheers.